Hello and welcome to That's a Wrap. I'm Phil,
I'm Jeff.
and today we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 8, the season finale. But before we continue, we're just going to let you know that, of course, everything we're speaking about today is not real. Fictitious characters. This whole Star Wars thing, of course, is not the real thing. It's all for entertainment purposes. Of course, talk with friends, fans, and anybody out there that's willing to discuss it, just to figure out what's going to be happening next episode, next season. Also, want to give our shout outs to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau for doing such a fantastic job.
Can't wait for Ahsoka.
Yeah, definitely can't wait for Ahsoka. But let's go ahead and get into it. So it's great to know that this episode picked up right where it left off at the end of episode 7. Right, and I'm very happy to see that they're actually showing how these Mandalorians and why they're like the best warriors in the universe. Okay, but at the beginning, picks it up. Bo-Katan, they're running through the tunnels, of course, and Din Djarin.
Yeah, they're still being chased by the Imperial
Shadow Troopers, I guess. Yeah. The Commando Troopers.
The Beskar armored Imperial troopers.
Yeah, being chasing them down. And then they're showing Din Djarin being taken to the briefing room.
Yep.
Okay.
Being dragged along.
Which, of course, I personally thought that he was gonna make it to the briefing room, but then too. It made more sense that he actually tried to escape. I mean, they put 2 stormtroopers on him.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
a big mistake.
Yeah, 2 stormtroopers, and it seemed to me like low level stormtroopers at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all in all, this episode was great. It was very action packed. One of the best episodes by far to me out of the whole 3rd season.
Yeah, I think it definitely capped it off very well. Yeah.
I mean, we still have our little, of course, qualms about the episode. To me, one of them is how they had Din Djarin go through. It was almost like a video game. You know what I'm saying? It's he gets to a part where, of course, he calls what's that android?
IG-12.
No, the other one that he had.
R5.
Yeah, R5 to
patch into their computer system.
Right, to take down the shields. If you remember from early episode 7, where Moff Gideon was walking, through his little
corridor,
hallway. His corridor had the red shields.
Got the ray shields all the way through it.
Yeah, that's
about 4 of them.
Yeah, and that's the one where Din Djarin ends up being at to get to the hub, I guess, the little HQ.
Command center.
And so how it works is he has no weapons, because of course they disarmed him at the end of episode 7.
He tried to grab the knife out of that one, and it fell down the hole.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But he had the robot R5 one by one take down the shield, so it was like a progression through the levels, you would say. And he had no weapon.
Kept getting weapons on the way.
Yeah, just picking up whatever was.
It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. Now after this whole little mission, or you could say progression through the levels with Din Djarin, he finally gets to Moff Gideon. Now this is where me and Jeff, the final boss. This is me and Jeff kind of have some questions about
differing takes on this.
Yeah, about how this goes down. For one, the suit. To me, it looks like a take of a little bit of Darth Maul and Darth Vader, especially when he puts the helmet on and starts talking.
It does to me as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's trying to kind of take the mantle of Darth Maul. That's why he's trying to take Mandalore. He's trying to look more like Darth Maul, but with this horns on his helmet, and he wants to be a Force user now.
He's just a Mandalorian fanboy.
Yeah.
He worked with the ISB.
But I feel like he was a fanboy all the way through it up until then. Then he tells them they're weaklings without their trinkets, and
and he got nothing but trinkets.
Nothing but trinkets.
Yeah. But another thing too, he's a lot more. He's gotten stronger.
And he's such an old man.
Yeah.
I mean,
but he had not physically. He didn't get physically strong.
No.
He more like has an Iron Man suit now.
Yeah.
Made out of Beskar.
He's got a bionic Beskar suit.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense to me, but.
I mean, if you think about it, whenever his first Dark Troopers were destroyed by Luke Skywalker, right? He's trying to create an army.
He's trying to create the perfect army to take over the galaxy.
And
basically.
the droids weren't. He realized
when they faced the Jedi, he knew they weren't up to par.
Right.
But I just don't see like the time frame how he's going to come up with something that no one else in the universe has ever come up with.
Well, you got to remember,
since he was captured.
This is 2 years. This is 2 years after that happened with him and Luke Skywalker on that ship. This is 2 years later. So he had plenty of time to do whatever he had to do. So we don't even know how long it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't really know the length in between there, but I don't know. It just seems far-fetched to me that he come up with a bionic suit.
Well, I mean, I thought it was cool. It wouldn't be hard. He already got the layout for the robots. All he had to do was just you pretty much make servo like they do whenever you lose a limb, and they make those robotic arms. So all he had to do is add it into the suit.
Yeah, robotic arms don't make you stronger though.
Well, it's best. Well, you're right. It's right. You're right. But it's best guard. Well, you see how strong the robots were. Yeah. When they was punching the wall, punching that blast door, and you saw what happened when he punched the ground when he fighting Din Djarin and he missed.
Yeah, that's droids though.
Yeah, but he did. Now he just put that into a suit. I mean, look at the Iron Man suit.
That's just far-fetched to me, man. I don't agree with it.
It's Star Wars.
Nobody else has ever come up with a bionic suit in Star Wars.
Well, he's the first one. He's the first one. He's a pioneer for the bionic suit for Star Wars.
Darth Vader and the Emperor and none of them could have figured out a bionic suit.
Because okay, so Darth Vader's suit wasn't made to be... It was made to keep Darth Vader always in pain, because pain is the strong... I don't think that's the strongest emotion, but that's what kept him in touch with his dark side. His dark side was pain. Right, so the more pain he's in, then actually the strong. He's like the Hulk. The more
I think his physical happenings to him are what kept him in pain. The suit kept him alive.
The suit kept him alive, and it was purposely made to keep him in constant pain as well. And it was purposely made to be heavy.
Yeah, still, why not make that bionic?
Because they were, because you got to remember, if you a Force user. Right?
Yeah, you don't really need it if you're a Force user.
Exactly. But... That's not gonna come to you like, oh, I need to make my... Because look at the Jedis. They only wear cloth. You know what I'm saying? And look at the Emperor, the Siths. They all wear like these minor little armor things. So, and then you gotta think of Moff Gideon. He's not a Force user. Okay? He's an old man. He worked in ISB, sabotage and sneaky secrets, all that stuff. So he really, to me, I don't understand how he get all this perfect combat, this melee combat. Where did he learn that from? Because he's a fanboy.
Still, yeah, I just don't.
He was watching old Mandalorian videos. That's what he was doing. He was watching some old training videos of how the Mandalorians fought. And he was sitting in his little room, and he was like, when you little kids, you watch Ninja Turtles, and you want to do that. That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. But he just got good at it. So that's why he needed the suit, because he's frail. I mean, and he had,
I agree, he needed the suit. I just don't see how it comes up that quick. I think it would take a lot more time to develop something like that.
Well, but we don't know how long.
It's Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. It's Star Wars, and it's like this. Look. This is the Empire. Okay, they always got some sneaky stuff going on.
Agreed.
So he could have been working on. He could have been working on the robots, right? Those Dark Troopers that he was working on.
You got all these guys that were higher ups that would need that thing more than Moff Gideon, though, that were in the Empire.
But you gotta remember, the Empire, they ruthless. They only out for themselves. So they get more power. So why would he share that? He's not gonna share that, because then if he shares it, then somebody else is gonna have it, and then they're probably gonna work on it, figure out how to do it better than him, and then probably try to take over his sector of the universe.
Oh yeah, like the guy that was right under the Emperor. Man, I can't think of his name. Anyways, the actor's dead now, but he was in Rogue One. He would be a perfect fit for a bionic suit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and what about General Grievous? Remember, he was supposed to be a cybernetic Jedi, but it failed. He couldn't use the Force.
He was a droid, basically. Yeah.
But that failed because they Count Dooku is the one who took blood from a Jedi to inject into Grievous, but it didn't work.
Yeah, Dooku trained him.
Yeah.
Supposedly in the way of lightsaber use, but.
So that think about maybe Moff Gideon took that idea. You know, and now he was just trying to perfect. Since of course he's a fanboy, he obviously assumed that being in Beskar armor will obviously help him to defeat a Jedi. Okay, so he worked on his combat skills. He fanboy, and who else better to be a fanboy of his Mandalorians? Because they're the ones that they can beat a Jedi.
Well, they're arrogant enough to think they can.
Yeah, I mean, Boba Fett beat Jedi. He killed Jedis, and they took his genes to make.
When did he kill Jedi?
Huh?
When did he kill Jedi?
No, I'm sorry, not Boba Fett. Jango Fett.
Jango Fett shot some. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's only because they had all the droids up against him too, though.
True.
He went 1-on-1 with them. He wouldn't defeat any, I don't think.
That's true. But I mean, I agree with you on how. I mean, nothing makes Gideon special, really, because the only reason why they used a human to make clones was because Jango Fett was unique. You know, he had those special fighting skills.
Yeah.
And of course, he defeated a Jedi. So there's like, yo, we're gonna use this guy to make our stormtroopers. You know, put these.
They made him before he defeated a Jedi.
Yeah, it was already
they just
cloning
used him because of
his unique abilities.
Yeah. As a bounty hunter and a Mandalorian.
Exactly. So think about Moff Gideon. He's doing the same thing. So he saw where his robots failed against a Jedi.
Which he would have failed too against Luke.
Exactly.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Right, and I believe they weren't in Beskar armor. Because if they were,
no, the droids weren't in Beskar.
So then he probably realized, if I'm gonna make an army, he gotta be in Beskar armor. Now
that's what he did. I mean,
true.
Props to him for making an army in Beskar,
but see, he's the prototype. You gotta think about he's a prototype because if he actually had it down packed, all those dark stormtroopers would have had servo motors and the bionic suits as well. They would have been much harder to beat.
They should have definitely all been like him.
Yeah,
they would have won the day.
And think about then if that was the case, right? Then he had his clones that were force sensitive if they were able to hold that ability, but I don't think they would have had that ability.
I don't think they would have come out force sensitive.
No. Now they in these bionic Beskar suits with force sensitive abilities. Yeah, they'd be
unstoppable.
Look, I mean, they almost couldn't beat him, and that was Mando and Bo-Katan and Grogu. You know. But I think he's dead. There's a lot of people saying that he's probably still alive.
I think he's dead.
I think he's done.
I think that's the end of Moff Gideon.
Yeah, he got burnt to a crisp. We know that there's no clones of him because he even said it like when Din Djarin
made them all explode and killed them before they drew their first breath.
Yep. So Din Djarin destroyed all those clones that he was going to make force sensitive.
Unless he has more somewhere else.
Who knows? Who knows? It's the Empire, you know. And he was the guy of secrets.
Yeah, he was the...
So, we don't know if he actually has a clone somewhere else or not. But unlike Paz Vizsla and me being optimistic about him, I am not optimistic about Moff Gideon, especially the way he died. And there's another...
You pretty much see he gets incinerated.
Yep, yeah. And now there's another question that pops up. Since Moff Gideon, when he fought Bo-Katan and destroyed the dark saber,
made no sense to me either.
Yeah, what's that? What's that gonna mean?
He says turn over the dark saber, then he destroys it a second later.
Yeah, because she wouldn't give it to him, And so he was
still, you already know you're gonna kill her because he's better than her 1-on-1. So why destroy it?
well, he probably like, look, if you can't have it, if I can't have it, you can't have it either.
That was like his main thing, though, is he wanted that dark saber for so long, and then just destroys it.
Because he was going to use that to be his little mantle to show
was,
that he could rule Mandalore.
And his force sensitivity, and if his clone come out force sensitive, he could have the dark saber. These are all, he wanted these things. I just don't understand him destroying it.
Maybe.
But that's the only two things that kind of...
Maybe he thought since, well, I created this suit and I'm kicking their butts left, right, and center, maybe I could just make... And he had already those weapons, the weapons he had made to go up against them. He probably like, I probably don't even need a darksaber.
Oh, the stab he brought out?
Yeah. I mean, he was wiping the floor with them.
That was kind of the Praetorian Guards thing, though.
Yeah, but he was wiping the floor with them.
Oh, yeah, he was...
So maybe he was like, you know what? I don't even need the darksaber.
1-on-1, I think he would have taken any one of them.
Heck yeah. He was pretty vicious. But another thing, too, is like there was Grogu. His IG-12 was destroyed by the Praetorian Guards. And him jumping around on the light fixtures. I thought that was a little ridiculous. But, I mean, he's just doing what he was taught, I guess.
Yeah, he's really too young to fight 1-on-1, so I guess flee is his best weapon.
Until one of the Praetorians cut the light and it fell on him. And he all of a sudden he didn't have the strength.
Yeah. He was trapped, he couldn't do nothing.
I was like,
yeah.
How light could that thing be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I understand they did it just to show the connection between them and them being better together.
Yeah.
But I agree with you there. That was a little out of place to have him just the little bar falls on him and he can't do nothing now.
Yeah.
When he's flinging Praetorian Guards and stuff left and right. Flinging Moff Gideon.
I was like, okay, but a little light fixture.
Stopping fire from incinerating all three of them. But a little light fixture stops him.
He was almost killed, too. That's what I'm saying. I was like, come on. A light fixture almost gets him murdered. Really? I was like, okay, all right. Then John came in and saved him, of course.
Yeah, it was just basically just to show how they're better together, all three of them, because, every one of them was about to die until another one stepped in.
And we finally realized that the armorer is not a spy.
Not a spy.
She's not a spy. So last season...
I'm glad about this.
Yeah, I'm pretty glad, yeah. I'm happy. And she's
always been like the mysterious one. I want to see more of the armor.
But I'm still wondering who it could be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we already know Elia Kane is a spy, right? Yep. But we never got to even get a hint of who the other one might be because it would have said spy, not spies, right? So the title of the last episode in the season is called The Return.
Yep.
So of course
the one before is Spies.
Spies, right? And I'm assuming this one is titled Return because this is the Mandalorians returning back to Mandalore. What else? Pretty much like Din Djarin returning back to Navarro, because at the end that's where he goes.
Yep.
It's
Grogu studying Jedi ways on his own,
right?
Just like Ahsoka did.
Yep.
Pretty cool to me.
But this last episode it was great. We just talking about the little nitpick things that we found.
Yeah.
But it was still. I thought it ended great.
Me too.
Okay.
I thought it capped off well.
Yeah, and there's a lot of backlash about how it ended. Like people was like, "Oh, it ended so lame." I
think it was the main gripe about it is that it never showed how the Mandalorians from Concordia are gonna interact still with the ones that take their helmets off.
No, it did.
Well,
they said anything pretty cool.
It had them still fighting and stuff. They never.
When they was all fighting together,
Well, they fought together, but like when they're not fighting,
right?
they were fighting each other still.
Well, that was before. Remember, that was before.
That was before, but it never showed them not fighting after that.
Yeah, it did.
When?
Well, at the end, when it was all at the what was it? At the very end, when what was it? When it was all banging their wrists together for whenever they lit the forge.
Okay, yeah. When they poured the water on.
No. That was for his christening. I'm talking about when they lit the forge.
Okay, when they lit the forge, yeah.
Bo-Katan lit the forge, and of Mandalore, like that's their biggest symbol besides the mythosaur, is the forge.
That was really a short part though.
Yeah.
I think more people wanted to see how they would interact,
Well, then
living together and
that's what we'll see in
doing
season
normal
4.
things.
See, and that's what we could look forward to in season 4.
I agree,
You know?
but that's the main gripe from people that I've been hearing is they still didn't answer that question.
I could see the gripe on that, because to be honest, I kind of wish they had left a cliffhanger, like maybe a clip it of the next villain, or a clip it of somebody doing something inconspicuous.
Yeah, I think there should have been a after credits that would have left us with
Right.
a cliffhanger.
I think they should have showed a clip of Elia Kane.
Yeah,
And,
something like that.
maybe she found out what happened to Moff Gideon and her reaction on what's going to happen, or the Shadow Council, something like that.
Someone from the Shadow Council.
Yeah, heard what happened to Moff Gideon.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
could have definitely left the cliffhanger.
Yeah, but I'm like this. I'm looking forward to season 4, because now, if it's not just about Din Djarin, then okay, it's like this. They were talking about making a Bo-Katan series. Okay, they can do that. From how it ended.
Yep.
Okay, they can also continue the Mandalore with Din Djarin and Grogu in season 4. Because remember what the armorer said. Oh, and by the way, now officially Grogu is Din Djarin's son.
Yep.
He is a Mandalorian.
Din Grogu.
Yep. That was his. A lot of people had backlash on the name too. How come he wasn't called Grogu?
Djarin.
But then they said there's some surname, and they just want to make different changes. But like I said, we just need to keep. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dave and John know what they're doing. So in season 4,
they've already supposedly got season 4 wrote.
Yeah. So in season 4 we'll probably find out some more stuff. They're not gonna leave us like cliffhanging like that. But I'm looking forward to the new season, just for the fact I want to see what adventures Grogu and Din Djarin go on, and how much of a timeline change is gonna be. Is Grogu gonna be
speaking?
Yeah, is he gonna be speaking? He's gonna be growing a little taller. You know,
he'll start getting more armor.
Exactly. That's what I want to look forward to.
I don't think he's gonna grow much taller.
I don't think so. Well, I mean, he has to. He has to, because look at Yoda. You know, he can't stay like that forever. But Disney would love to keep it that, because I know they're making bank off of Yoda products. I should say merchandise. I'm also looking forward to see what the Mandalorian is going to look like. You know,
depending on how many. How are they going to take the crystallized stuff from the bombs out of the way to get to the structures underneath now?
Well, I mean, they kind of gave us a little hint whenever they found those gardens.
Yeah, well,
and they said they were cultivating them. They farmed them.
Garden, yeah.
So somehow they figured out how to break it up already. And they said it's all over the surface of the planet. So
yeah, the bombs turned the whole surface into that crystal-like stuff.
Yeah, and somehow that monster was under the ground. It bust out. So if that happens,
they even said there's predators above and below.
Yep. So season 4, and also at the end of the season here, when Grogu finally gets initiated as a Mandalorian, he looks into the water.
And he has some connection with the mythosaur, for sure.
Yep. So no Darksaber, but we got a mythosaur.
So that is a cliffhanger there.
Yeah. Yep. To see what's gonna happen.
Mythosaur opened its eyes from Grogu looking in there.
Yep. And kind of they communicated.
Yep.
Communicated in some kind. I'm surprised that nobody else saw it, but they communicated. And
I believe there's definitely a communication between them.
Yep.
There's some kind of link to them.
And Navarro.
Just like he had the link with the Rancor also.
Yep.
And the Well, he didn't really have a link with the Mudhorn, but he stopped it at least.
Yeah, yeah, because that's when Din Djarin pretty much was going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saved Din several times.
So that's pretty good. Now, Din Djarin and Grogu are in Navarro. Got their own place now. They now going to be bounty hunters for the New Republic. Under the table bounty hunters, of course.
I think they'll do more than just
Oh
for the
yeah,
New
of
Republic,
course.
but
Of course.
yeah.
And they, was it Dave? Made a debut in the bar. Dave Filoni hat.
Did he?
Did you miss that?
I did.
Oh, I'm gonna have to show it to you. Yeah, at the end of this episode, when Din Djarin goes back to Navarro to
I've
go
heard
talk
he's
to the
had a couple
cameos.
cameos
Yeah,
in them.
yeah, he had a little cameo in the little Rebel bar. Well, it's not a Rebel bar anymore. The New Republic's bar.
I believe he was in that bar the first time and
Yeah.
showed it too.
No, it was just some old lady they was talking about. He wasn't in. He wasn't in there.
No.
Uh-uh.
All right.
But he's got his little cottage now, a little cabin instead of that huge plot of land he was promised. He got a cabin with some land. Him and that ends with him and Grogu, of course, in their new home, and showing Grogu playing with the frog like he did with Luke. So
And not eating it this time.
yeah, definitely not eating it this time. But yeah, if you have any theories about the whole Moff Gideon cyber suit, if he's alive, any questions about the whole armor of Bo-Katan, who might still be the spy, don't know, or how it's all going to turn out, what you think season 4 is going to be, leave it down in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to give us a good thumbs up so we keep some of this stuff going. Subscribe, share, and look, like I said, we're looking forward to hearing from you guys. If it's just some random comment that you think, oh, it's silly, it's not silly. We'll respond to it. Promise. All right? So we are definitely going to give updates about season 4 whenever something comes out. We'll also do some little tidbit videos about the Mandalorian as well.
Last I heard, it's supposed to be in 24 sometime.
Yeah, so we
like
got
spring of 24.
So we got a good little bit.
It's not going to be like a 3-year thing like the COVID thing caused, but it's only supposed to be like a year in between.
Yeah, I hope not. Hope is not a year. Maybe because I'm really looking forward to it. So,
I am too, but
yeah. So we haven't. I don't think we mentioned this like one time before. We have a Facebook page as well called That's a Wrap. Please go on, check it out. I mean, the only thing we post on there right now is trailers of future movies that's coming out and TV shows that we will eventually make videos on. But with that, just go ahead and look us up on Facebook. Hit that. Send us a friend request on there as well too. We'll also, you comment on the trailers we put out there, or you just want to post something on there, go right ahead. We'll also respond back to that as well. But we want to thank you guys watching our video. If you don't watch it, always listen to us. We do know these videos are a bit lengthy, but we try to keep you all informed about the episodes. We don't want to give away too much. We do spoil it, but we don't want to give away too much. We still want you to watch it and enjoy it, right? But that's another reason why you don't see videos or pictures on our videos about the shows we talk about, because we want to give you all the opportunity to go ahead and look at it. Come back to our video, leave a comment if we miss something. Sometimes we purposely say stuff wrong, or try to help each other out just so that we can get some comments from you guys. All right, secrets out. But with that being said, hey, we're looking forward to you on the next one, and that's a wrap.